What's going on, everyone? Corey with Xbox Tavern here with another review. Today's game is full of swag, and if you break that out, that stands for Squirrel with a Gun. That's right, Squirrel with a Gun is available on Xbox now, and I have played it. And you know what? It is very wacky, as one might expect, based off of the name alone. So if you don't know anything about Squirrel with a Gun, let me tell you about it. It is a sandboxy, open world-ish platformer with guns, and you're a squirrel. So if I had to compare it to another game, Goat Simulator is the obvious one that comes to mind. So you are a squirrel, and there is a story involved with this, and you start out escaping a bunker. Then you get to the open world part, which is like a neighborhood that you explore and get collectibles and kind of advance that story. Along the way, you are picking up acorns, which act as a currency, and you're going to be finding guns. And so you start out with a very basic gun, and the purpose of the gun, not only to shoot the bad guys, is to help you get to places. So for example, if you need to make a double jump, well, you're a squirrel, you can't double jump, but you can singularly jump and then shoot your gun downwards, and you get another little boost from that. And so just think about that, but with different types of guns. There's an SMG in the game, and whenever you shoot that, you're shooting a lot of bullets very quickly, so you're able to kind of get really high really quick. If you're shooting a rocket launcher right below you, you're going to have like one really large, powerful push upwards. And of course, you're going to have to manage your ammo, and all of the guns have their own different ammo specifications. Now that's the overall maneuverability of this game. Where the actual fun, I think, comes into play, besides being totally wacky, is the collectibles. You have to get golden acorns to progress the story, along with those other acorns, but they kind of come as you play really naturally. The way that you get these golden acorns is divided up into sub areas of whatever open world part you are at. So for example, you go into the very first section that is the neighborhood, and each house, each lot will have its own objectives. Once you accomplish those objectives, or each objective, a golden acorn will appear, and you can grab it and add that to your collection. Now the thing that makes this interesting is these are all very cryptic. Some are pretty easy, like you have to get through the end of this little platforming section. Some are more complicated. You got to use your brain to figure it out. For example, there was a wedding taking place at one of these houses, and the bride was there, but there was no groom. Well, you have to find the groom and get him to the wedding. Once he's there, the acorn appears and you can grab it and be on your way. Some of them are combat related, so there's going to be agents that are trying to actively take you down. And if there's a group of them and you shoot them all, then another golden acorn will appear. So there's a mix of combat, there's a mix of platforming, and there's a mix of puzzling going on here. And honestly, it's pretty fun to figure them out. Some of them are very cryptic, and you may not even know where to go. Each of these little sections not only has trackers at the top of the screen that you can see if you've got them all or what you're missing, but each section will have a flagpole. Climb up the flagpole and you kind of get a bird's eye view of that section. You can quickly go to each of the points of interest where those golden acorns are, where the costumes are, the outfits, and you can complete your save file that way. Now, I haven't mentioned outfits mostly because they're cosmetic, but some of them do provide you with abilities. And I'm saying that kind of loosely. One of them helps you navigate underwater. I'll kind of keep it at that, and I won't mention any of the other ones because part of this game is figuring out and discovering the things that it is going to bring to you. Along with just amassing your golden acorns and filling out the map, there are some boss battles in the game, so it actually ramps up in difficulty a little bit. Like once you figure out the boss battle, it's actually pretty easy. But if you're like me, there will be some times when you're kind of scratching your head thinking, how do I get past this? What do I do? Not to mention the boss battles they have some epic music behind it. So I have a lot of cool and fun things to say about Squirrel with a Gun. The bad things just kind of come with the territory that is this open sandboxy physics based game. Sometimes when you are trying to interact with something, it may go nuts. You throw a ball or something, you think it's going to bounce like a normal ball, but no, it shoots halfway across the map. It's kind of a charming piece about those games, I think, so it's not really much of a negative. Some of the times when you're picking up costumes for the first time, you do a little animation, and same with your guns. If you're in a bad spot, the camera angle will just do it the same fixed motion, and it may be behind a board or a house or something, so you can't see anything. It's nitpicky stuff, but overall, this is a very kind of relaxing in a way game. I love puzzle platforming, and when you mix it with kind of like the really wacky world where you're an animal doing crazy things, there's something about that I find entertaining and fun. So yeah, that is Squirrel with a Gun. Super crazy, wacky game. I'm happy I got to play it. If it looks like your cup of tea, I would recommend like checking it out. I think it's a very easy game to look at and kind of see what you get, and you do get what you see. So take that for what you will. I will have a final score for the game over at xboxtavern.com. If you are not already there, be sure to go there. I've been Corey, and I will see you in the next review.